and welcome back to Sports, and More Sports on a special Monday night episode. Tonight, Des and I will be doing our 2025 mock draft. We promise we will get into the NHL and the NBA playoffs next week, as this week, it all comes down to the draft. We will be switching off. I have odds, he has evens. We have no idea who's picking what, so we could have a set draft and he could steal my player right beforehand. This is going to be fun. There's going to be arguments. We've been arguing about it for a week straight. I wanted to do some fun stuff. Des told me to take it seriously. I did take it seriously. We'll get into that later. But first off the rip, Des, you got anything to say?
Monday Night Football, baby. Monday Night Football in April. What can you ask for?
There's nothing better. I think, honestly, truthfully, obviously I get excited for everything, but nothing just hypes me up for, draft night. It's just a special night all the way around.
When you hear that chime, there's nothing like it. And it's the best. And the NBA draft is not the same.
Not even close.
NFL draft. It's not even close.
So, a few ground rules before we start. We, obviously, in our mock draft, we're not going to go crazy with the trades. We each get one trade. It can be with evens or odds. That part does not matter. Just whatever team you think is going to trade back with a team, realistic and all that stuff. Like I said, we take it pretty serious. Other than that, I'm ready to kick it off.
You are on the clock.
All right, so with the first overall pick, I really, really want the Tennessee Titans to take Abdul Carter and give Will Levis one more chance. The kid plays with nothing but heart. He's diving headfirst for first downs. But in this case, Brian Callahan was already on the hot seat in his first year as the head coach. You got to go and you got to save your job. They got a new GM in there. And so I think at the end of the day, you got to go with the star quarterback and take Cam Ward. Unfortunately, you got to save your job. And that's just where it comes down to. So I'm going to take
these guys don't got all day. They got to win now. I was gonna save that analysis for my pick, but yeah, I'm glad you touched on it. Yeah, they got to win now.
Yeah, you have to do something to improve. You don't want to be picking here next year or else you're gone. So Will Levis turns the ball over too much. He's just too risky. So you got to go with the best quarterback in the draft by far, and that'd be Cam Ward.
Yeah, for a while it was 1A and 1B with Shedeur, but he just I don't even know why Shedeur fell off so much. Just because it's his dad and the ego and all that.
I just think that you finally realize in this it's too early to take him 2 and 3. You feel it's too early, and then a lot of these teams here, in the 4, 5, 7, they just signed Justin Fields. Carolina got Bryce Young. A lot of those teams already kind of have their quarterback for the year. So
yeah, none of them really scream, I need a quarterback.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. The only one that would be Las Vegas, but they just signed Geno Smith. Or they just got...
Yeah, so that doesn't really scream it.
Yeah, I would hate to go out and sign Geno Smith to a 3 years, whatever $60 million deal it was, and then draft a quarterback number 6. That doesn't...
Yeah, that'd be like Michael Penn. It'd be Kirk Cousins all over again.
Yeah, and you saw firsthand that was an absolute mess.
Yeah, there's no way it's going to be a win-win. One of the two parties.
We had a little bit of technical difficulties there with your sound.
I just said, yeah, it could be a win-win. Is that better?
That's a lot better. Back to normal. It was just for that little spot there.
I just zoned out and talked to myself.
It's all good, but that's what makes us sports and more sports. We don't edit anything out. You guys see bloopers, not even bloopers. It's just 2 dudes talking sports with you guys. That's just how we want it to be.
Just guys being dudes.
Exactly. So you are on the clock. Second overall pick, Cleveland Browns.
With the second pick, the Cleveland Browns will be taking your favorite player, Travis Hunter.
The biggest bust we'll ever see.
Oh my God, dude. He is the Fred Biletnikoff winner, which goes to the top college wide receiver, and the Gordon Thorpe Award winner, and the overall best defensive player in college, and the Heisman Trophy winner. He's everything, bro.
He
It's.
the
I mean,
Heisman was robbed, but okay.
that's another. We'll talk about that in the off season, but I mean, this kid. Yeah, you get this is the Otani of draft prospects. You can't pass up on this kid.
It's different. It's so different.
I'm not saying he's as good, but it's the same like principle. Like you get a 2-for-1.
I
You
got
get 2 positions in 1 contract.
I get it. And my biggest thing with Travis Hunter, it comes down to it's gonna be that ego, man. You just to me, when a team is destined for great things, they eliminate all distractions. All distractions. It's just, hey, we're in the locker room, it's team based, sir, you're gonna get your stories. You know, AJ Brown read a book on the sideline, right? And everyone's like, big deal, big deal, big deal. Super Bowl champs for a reason. Distractions on the outside. He's already coming in saying, I won't play if they won't play me in both positions. That's a distraction. That's an ego thing, and you don't need to have that as a rookie, I feel like. Like, prove yourself first in the NFL, where you got, like, Derwin James coming at your freaking kneecaps all day long. You know, it's no 19-year-old from freaking South Dakota. This is a 27-year-old, what is he, like 6'6", 220, all muscle from Florida State? It's a different ballpark when playing both positions.
Well, I mean, what if he was like, I only want to play one side of the ball so I reduce injury? Like, I don't want to hear that from my guy, from my star draft pick.
I would say you do it as you did it in college. You tested out in college, you had a great time in college, but you should want to hone in and be the best at one, right? Like, hey, you want to be this great, Hall of Fame player. You're not going to be able to hone in on like one position, you know what I mean? Like actually dial in, all in on one position. That's how you become great.
But he's not like Charles Woodson, who like is technically a 2-way player, but like he only had a few catches on offense and stuff. Like he was legitimately a number 1 wide receiver and a lockdown corner. I mean,
if I had to pick, he'd be a corner all day long.
I'd agree. I think he will be a better corner, but why can't you throw him in some free wide receiver sets? I mean, you don't have to give him 12 targets a game. Just sprinkle him in there. A couple targets.
But that's what
decoy.
What if that's what he wants? You're gonna sit there and just
give him what he wants.
No, see that's the problem. How is this rookie gonna
come?
How is this rookie gonna come in and start making these demands?
I mean, ultimately the coach will have the final say. What's he gonna do?
And if he says
not play football at all,
that's what he's saying.
But that's the biggest bluff ever.
But you're gonna call it? Are you gonna waste the number 2 overall pick and call that bluff? No, you're not.
Yes, dude. It's not like he's saying I won't play for the Cleveland Browns. Like
he's saying he won't say he'll play at all. So it doesn't matter who drafts him. If they don't play on both sides of the ball, he won't play football at all. Is what he's saying.
But every team is like they're gonna cater like Bo Jackson said he wouldn't I forget what team, whatever team had the first overall pick. Eli Manning was like, I'm not playing for the Chargers. Like that stuff works, but like if you're playing one side of the ball, that's plenty of football, buddy. Like I don't think anyone's gonna say that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think you're kind of agreeing with me here.
But he's not. But he ultimately okay.
He's not going to play.
Because what's he going to do? Not get paid and not get money?
I mean, regardless, these first couple picks. I mean, they make good money. They make really good money. I think they get like $36 million guaranteed.
Yeah, but you get fined hell if you just it out.
I mean, I'm glad you picked him because I would never pick him. So.
He's a special talent, and I just don't.
A special headache.
Yeah, it's kind of what you want though. Like, look at the deep wide receivers, look at the deep cornerbacks. He's the best of both worlds.
It's too much of like a distraction. It's just too early on to come in because when you come in, it's gonna be all about all of training camp. That's all we're gonna see on NFL Network during the offseason is like they're gonna not play him at wide receiver one day, and it's boom. Is there an issue in Cleveland? Travis Hunter not on offense. You know?
No, I think what's gonna happen is they'll start off like 0-2 or 0-3. He'll like have a couple drops or he'll get burnt, and he's like, yeah, I'll just play corner, or like, yeah, I'll just play wide receiver. Like, I don't think it's gonna be a headline really.
I'm thinking he's going to be a headline a good majority of the year. But we'll you know, I could sit here and talk about Travis Hunter all day. I really could. And how much I dislike the guy. And
we'll have a Travis Hunter episode.
Seriously, I could do it. I could really do it. I'm telling you. All right, so third overall pick, the New York Giants are on the clock. Look, I know they've done the most research on Shedeur Sanders than any team. But I just don't think you can pass up on the best player in the draft, and Abdul Carter. I mean, you put him in with Brian Burns, Thibodeau, if they keep him. I've heard he's on the trade block. Adam Schefter talked about that a little bit today, how how some of these rookie contracts could be tradable, and if they wanted to. And he was on there. So, I mean, if you draft him, I mean, why pay Thibodeau?
Yeah, you don't have to.
So why doesn't want to get some picks? So you got Brian Burns, Thibodeau, you get Abdul Carter, who is injured, like he had a stress fracture in his foot, so I don't know when exactly he'll be ready. And then you got Sexy Dexy in the middle. I mean, that leads to a very, very dominant pass rush at all times, which leads to your weak secondary getting help. You can get to the quarterback, your secondary at least helps them out. So with the third overall pick, and I hate it, but they get him, the New York Giants get Abdul Carter.
Yeah, no, I agree. Good pick. Like you were saying, like these coaches need to win now. Brian Dable can't afford to draft a quarterback at 3, did until week 10, and he'll already be fired by that.
Yeah.
Instant impact, high upside player, and that is what exactly Abdul Carter brings.
Yeah, and I mean we've argued about this. I think a couple of times. I don't know about arguing, but we've definitely hit it on the head about you need to save your job at the end of the day. But I don't see. You signed Jameis Winston to a $5 million contract. You signed Russell Wilson to this $10 million contract. I just don't see signing two guys for these millions of dollars and then just going ahead and drafting a quarterback at 3 and then getting rid of one or the other. Because Russell Wilson won't be happy about that. Jameis Winston 100% won't be happy about that if Shedeur Sanders goes 3, because that means Russell Wilson will probably start, if he wins the job. Shedeur would be 2, and you think Jameis Winston signed $5 million to be a emergency quarterback? No. So, I mean, it would just again eliminate distractions. Get the best player in the draft. If one falls down later on the board to where you can trade back in, I get it. You need one for the future, but at this point at 3, you take the best player available and you kind of roll with maybe Russell and maybe Jameis if that's the case. You could do that for a year, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. What was I going to say? I forget. Yeah, no, Shedeur isn't he's not a Jaden Daniels QB2 prospect. Like, he's not worthy. He's not that great. He's not worthy of that pick for the Giants.
Yeah, I agree.
In their situation, given their situation, makes no sense for them. If he was as good a prospect as Jaden Daniels, and yeah, you should.
Of course, yeah, there would be no. I would say if he was, then Cleveland would be. If this was last year's draft, but this draft order, I think it would still be Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, 1 and 2, and Drake May 3. I still think it would be that exact same order.
You still think NFL GMs would take Caleb over Jaden?
I'm just without knowing. Like if it was last year's draft class, so like they all graduated this year, so you don't know what they're gonna be like in the NFL. Like just
Caleb, Jaden, and Drake are all their prospects in Cam Ward and shit.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If Tennessee, Cleveland, and New York Giants were still 1, 2, 3, and we had last year's quarterback, I still think it would be Like all three of these teams would take all three of those quarterbacks.
Exactly, because they are much better prospects.
Exactly.
They are
So
much
I mean,
better prospects.
that's why Shador is different. I mean, because he would not. I mean, you're talking. I heard a report today that Cleveland and New York Giants are both still trying to trade up to number 1. That just shows you what they think about Shador.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Dude, that's such smoke screen, bro.
I mean, can you believe anything nowadays?
No,
I mean, it's
especially not that.
Yeah, right now you can't. This is where you gotta kind of focus. But I mean, I could see it if neither of these teams like Shador that much, and they're in love with Cam. Tennessee, they should. Again, I could get into that, but if they're getting offered a lot of picks to fall to 2 and 3, screw it. One more year of Will Levis.
Yeah, if you get an absolute haul, sure, but I don't think they're gonna do that.
You know what?
Remember when Will Levis became favored to be the number 1 pick because of a red
I know, dude. I was thinking about how he went to the draft, and people were literally talking about how he was gonna be like the number 1 overall pick. Like his odds jumped for some reason.
It was like minus like 200 or something.
How crazy was that? And then he was like the first pick of the second round.
He went from being the projected first pick overall to the first pick of the second round.
That's why this time it's so hard to like. I only have like the trusted sources, and even then I feel like it's hard to believe because they're being told everything.
Yeah, dude, that Reddit account was created like 4 days before. It was like the second post it ever made. It was like,
and it blew up.
It was like when GameStop and that stuff blew up. It was like that.
It's absolutely crazy. I mean, but so you have the 4th overall pick, your New England Patriots. You know, they made some good offseason moves. What do you want to see them do at number 4?
I do want to see them trade. I will not be using my trade here because I don't think I think like New Orleans is in the market for a quarterback. I don't think any of those teams trying to trade up are gonna take the bait because Jacksonville's not drafting one, Vegas probably won't, Jets probably won't, Carolina won't. So yeah, there's really no point for them to trade up.
Yeah.
So I think we will be stuck with the 4th pick, and we will take Will Campbell, the offensive tackle from LSU, to protect Drake May. It's a good first pick for Braves. It's a great Braves pick.
Yeah, I don't get, you know, it's funny because I'm going to kind of contradict myself here. When the scouting like report came back about his arms not being very long. And then
they said that about Brock Bowers last year. Look how that turned out.
Yeah, but it's different though. He's an offensive like tackle. Like you're going to have to like reach, you know.
Yeah.
I really like the fact that he came out and said, you know, and again, whether it's kind of causing like a little bit of a dramatic scene, he goes, you know, I played 4 years straight in, you know, or whatever it was, 3-4 years at LSU. And I'm, you know, didn't let up like a, you know, a lot of tackle, you know, sacks and all that stuff. And no one said a thing about my arm size. And now all of a sudden, you're going to determine that my arm size says I can't play in the NFL. And that's bullshit. Like that quote and everything that he said about it. And I was like, damn, that's like, yeah. I was like, what the fuck does arm size have to do with it at that point?
Yeah, dude, the combine's it's kind of a joke, honestly. Like, look at John Ross. Look at how his career turned out.
I know.
Like, that stuff, like, Byron Jones, the UConn. He actually wasn't bad, but, like, they blow these things out. Like, I'm a big tape guy. If it's on the tape, I'll take you. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm also so, I mean, Will Campbell, I mean, I've seen him spot at 4 this entire time, but I agree. If New England can trade back, you know, I'm not saying it has to be too far. You're hopefully like in that 9 range. I would do the same.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what I would.
And about the small linemen, like our center, well, actually, I think David Andrews just retired, but a long-time center, David Andrews, was very undersized, and he was great.
Well, yeah, that
All-Pros, so like.
Jason Kelsey was undersized. Jason Kelsey's only like 6'1".
Jason Kelsey,
but those are, you're talking centers and guards. Like those are, I feel like you can be a little bit undersized there. Tackle, I feel like you have to be kind of big. Like you're doing one-on-one, like edge rushing, kind of like pushing them out. Like, you want to push them as far out as you can.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the only thing. But like I said, I don't think Will Campbell will be a bust because of that.
No, and there's plenty of big, clunky guys that have the wingspan or whatever, but they're not good. They don't know what to do.
I remember who exactly I was watching. Listen, done my fair share of research.
I know.
That someone's like, they want to put Will Campbell in at guard, and the person was like, that's fine, you can put him on guard, but like, it looks like he struggles to kind of get down in that stance. Like, he doesn't get down in that stance.
He's better just like hands up stance.
So that would be the one thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he's worthy of a 4th overall pick, but I do think he's the pick. I think that's what will happen on draft night.
Well, that's the thing about this draft that we keep kind of coming up to. Like, yeah, these guys, like, after like really Abdul Carter, down the rest of the draft, I mean, there's no like, oh yeah, we're getting a superstar. Like, it's just, we're getting a decent guy that if it was any other draft, he probably would fall down to like the 20s. There's no real like star power. And I think that's what makes this draft that much more interesting, of the fact that the guy that you can get at 4, you could probably rate it at 32 that you could get the end of the draft. Like, there's going to be that much talent overall, just not superstars. Like, good players.
I don't know if the 4th overall pick is equal to the 32nd in this draft.
I mean,
it's one of those.
It's a deep class in a lot of positions.
It is like kind of a dime a dozen draft, yeah. So yeah.
We'll get into it. I'm sure as we get into it, the first 4 picks, I feel like you can put it in Sharpie. There's no arguments here yet. And I can even maybe say 5 for the Jaguars.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been what I've seen.
Year of the chalk, dude.
Yeah, it is, and it's gonna be Mason Graham. It's a deeper wide receiver class, I think, than defensive tackle. So they could take a wide receiver in the 2nd round. Or a tight end. It's a deeper tight end class too as well. I really would like the Jaguars to kind of, Liam Combs there, from Tampa, who ran that offense last year, and then the new GM is from LA with Sean McVay, so I could see them easily taking a wide receiver here, or even Tyler Warren. I've told you this. Market people.
Yeah.
But you got to go Mason Graham here. You got to build on that defensive pressure. You need something in there, and I'm going to put Mason Graham, the defensive tackle for Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think that's the pick. I think Trayvon Walker is developing good, but Mason Graham will be another great addition. And they just drafted Brian Thomas, who looks really, really good. So, and again, there's not like Ted McMillan or Matthew Golden, or they're not worthy of that 5th overall pick. Even if you need to fill a wide receiver, they're not worthy of that. So it makes sense to go that player available.
Yeah, I would. I mean, like I said, you put Tyler Warren in this team, and I mean Brian Thomas. I don't know why ENN's get a bunch of hate. Genty is not going here, people. Do not buy the smokescreen that's happening this week. I don't know where this is all coming from. Genty will not.
To Jacksonville.
Yeah, he's not going to Jacksonville.
Yeah, shot. I heard that too. I'm like, no shot.
Even if they do trade ENN, which again he was kind of on the rookie, they like Tank Bigsby.
I know exactly. There's no scenario where.
Do not fall for the smokescreen. If they take Genty, I won't watch another football game. That's a lie.
That'd be such a. They have so many needs, dude. That'd be such a dumb pick.
Like thinking I know ball, and they take Genty. I just don't know anything then. Nothing else matters.
That'd be like the most like crowded backfield like running back room ever.
And it wouldn't make any sense. So
yeah.
I don't buy that smokescreen, and if it happens, I'll be speechless. I'll take a shot.
Yeah.
So, you are next up with the Vegas.
Because the team that will be taking Ashton Genty is the Las Vegas Raiders at 6th overall.
Oh, you're buying into it.
What do you mean?
I probably should have wrote everyone's name down because I don't know how to spell. Ashton's just Ashton, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's a freaky prospect. So productive his last year at Boise State. Running back. Raiders need a running back. Who were they starting at the end of last year? It
was Sincere
Sincere McCormick. Yeah,
First
can't
off,
be starting as a guy named
liked
Sincere
him.
McCormick.
I did add him on fantasy at the end of the year, and he got some points.
Yeah, but today you need 2 running backs. He's clearly not an RB1. So you get Genty, bona
Well,
fide stud. He'll be the number 1 pick in rookie dynasty mini drafts. Yeah, it'll be a good jolt for Pete Carroll and co.
so this is where I'm going to disagree with you.
Whoa.
Yeah, I do not like Asha Genty in Vegas, and they signed Raheem Mostert in the offseason, which I'm not saying Raheem Mostert is Asha Genty, of course. I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
But name me one Vegas wide receiver besides Jacoby Myers.
Hunter Renfrow.
He hasn't been on that team in 2 years.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah, I think they released him last year. He didn't play at all last year, so this will be like 2 years.
Yeah, dude, no way.
No way. You can't. So what you're giving, they got Brock Bowers. Again,
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
And Matthew Mayer.
Yeah, so it's a great tight end duo. You got Jacoby Myers, who is first off, I definitely think he had over 1,000 yards with the 4 or 5 quarterbacks that they just threw in last year.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this would definitely help out the running game, but do we forget that Raheem Mostert, not this past year, but the year before that, had 23 touchdowns or whatever, led the league in touchdowns with the Miami Dolphins?
Do you forget that that's a Shanahan offense and he's made Abram Mache?
But it does, to me, we have to, we kind of forget Raheem Mostert did just do that.
Dude, 2 years for a running back is 8 years.
I know,
for,
but
everyone
if you can get yourself, obviously, with Tet, the kid from Arizona,
Yeah.
or a Matthew Golden, help spread the offense with Brock Bowers, Golden, because I think he's a little faster, Jacoby Myers, and then you got Sincere and Mostert. That to me sounds a lot better than Myers, some random Bowers and Genty. That to me sounds better, and that's the route I would go wide receiver for Vegas. But I get not being able to pass up on a generational talent in Genty, so I don't agree with the pick.
Yeah, I mean,
but it is
if
what
I
it is.
felt good about the other wide receiver prospects, I would. But it was Julio, that 6 overall pick, so I think it was great. But there's no I could go 6, he could go 24. There's too much variance. Not worth the 6 overall pick.
Yeah, I just that to me it seems to. And did you see the press conference, by the way, talking about him?
Yeah.
Pete Carroll.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna take him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just going perfect bracket style. I'm just trying to predict what will happen.
I know,
I'm not saying it's the best move.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, but I'm just saying, if I was the GM, honestly, and that's kind of how we kind of look at it as well. That's what I would do. But I get it. There's not a stud wide receiver. If the guy from Arizona Tech watched football actually and watched film, then he would be up here. All right. So we move on to the New York Jets. All new coaches, GM, and quarterback with Justin Fields. I'm taking the riser. I'm going with the kid from Missouri, Armin Membu.
Membu, I think.
Yeah, I think so. He is a right tackle. This one I had to look up because I wasn't sure because Will Campbell, Kelvin Banks, those are left tackles. He's the only right tackle, and so they need a right tackle bad, really bad. And it's like I said, it's a deeper tight end class to where they can kind of come and get one. So I'm going to go offensive tackle here with the kid from Missouri who's been rising on all the boards. So that's what
that's a good pick. That's if I had odds, I would have picked him. So Jets definitely need some O-line help. You never have too much O-line. Yeah.
Did you hear apparently about the Jets? Again, smoke screen. You can't believe everything you're hearing, trading Breece Hall, and stuff like that to get Genty.
No,
Dude,
dude, what the hell, man?
dude, and that was about like
Dominant.
That was about like 2 weeks ago. Like that was a real like a.
Dude, that's just like it's like Darren Rovell like and fiction and shit.
I mean,
That's not even.
I just look. They need more of it. They gotta protect Justin Fields at all. They have to. There's no way you're gonna be able to truly learn if Justin Fields is the franchise quarterback without protecting him.
Yeah, especially a running quarterback like Fields. He's got Brees, a top 10 running back, and Fields would be the guy next year. Who knows? But you can protect that guy. So,
but I mean, yeah, pretty chalky so far. I mean, there's nothing else to really say about it. It's a chalky year, you know. But
very chalky. Yeah.
We've had a few. Go ahead with number 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jalon Walker, the edge from Georgia. I don't know a ton about him, but he's an edge from Georgia, so he's probably pretty good. And yeah, the Panthers, they were in the worst last year. They didn't have the first overall pick, but they traded the rights to it to the Bears, but they would have. But Bryce Young making a nice little kind of comeback. They're at A spot. They're not in like absolute misery town, so they can look on the defensive side of the ball, get a good stud prospect, Jalon Walker.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Kind of again, we're chalking it up here, but.
Yeah, I mean, what else? I mean, yeah.
But
what else to do?
I agree. After Bryce Young got benched for those couple games, and then Andy Dalton got in like that car accident. You know.
Oh, that really? I forgot about that.
He got into that car accident, and then that's when Bryce Young had to start again, and then all of a sudden Bryce Young just started playing well.
Yeah.
You know?
Andy Dalton did like 6 the first game, and then he turned into Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
I think it was like, all right, let's just like see what we got.
Yeah, but I mean, I agree. You know, Bryce Young can really fully turn it around, 100%. I really hope he's working hard this offseason. They have the most money invested in their offensive line. It's like $98 million or something like that. They have Robert Hunt is their guard. Taylor Morton is a tackle. That's all. Those are the only two. Their other tackles, I think, are pretty big name.
Yeah, Robert Hunt's very good.
So.
Motown? No. Motown,
maybe? Having trouble hearing you.
Oh, Charles Motown? Motown?
Yeah, there's Taylor Morton, right?
No, I think, maybe it's Morton.
Yeah, that's their left tackle, I think.
Okay.
We know ball.
So,
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think at that point, yeah, they just signed J.C. Horn to that huge contract extension for their cornerback position. I mean, they got to replace Brian Burns, right? Get pressure. This pick does it. End of story.
Yeah.
So, number 9, and this is where people saying the draft starts, and I think this is where we have our first.
That's so sad, dude.
I know, but this is where we have our first. I think honestly,
Big domino's falling here.
Well, I wouldn't say a big domino. I don't think you're gonna think. I don't think you know what I'm gonna put down.
You know what I know that you know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go. I put Will Johnson, the cornerback out of Michigan. I think
I'm a big Will Johnson guy, dude. I like it.
Let's just be. We have to. It just feels like this all just happened too fast for me for the Saints. Way too fast. They're gonna, they probably did zero research on any of these quarterbacks in like the first round. They probably did like late round. Obviously Derek Carr's not gonna.
Yeah, they probably researched like Tyler Shuck and the other kids.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like this is just moving. Wait, let's relax. We got Brandon Cooks. We got Chris Olave, who was hurt for most of last year. Rashid Shaheed, you put that guy in your fantasy lineup, he caught one ball, but it was 100 yards and a touchdown. I'm cool with the 17 points, So their tight end is, I think, Foster Monroe. Alvin Kamara's still there. He's still producing. They have a couple questions on the O-line. Why not just throw Spencer Rattler in there for a whole year and just see what he does with a healthy Olave, a Brandon Cooks? You know, their D-line still has is still pretty good. Chase Young just signed. They still got the old guy Cameron Jordan.
Yeah.
You know, then they get Will Johnson who replaces Marshawn Lattimore, and this is again you're looking at a team they're probably going to finish 9-8, but I mean, it just to me Shador here just feels too rushed. It doesn't feel right. It just feels too rushed, and I think they're making a decision based off of just they have to. They're feeling forced to, and I don't like that whole entire thing. If he falls, trade back in the first round. But I hate using a number 9 overall pick on Sanders, especially if you've done little to no research on him. So
yeah, it feels like an absolute rush, forced panic pick if they take him here.
Exactly.
With that being said, I did have them taking him there, but yeah, no, but they do need to replace Marshawn Lattimore. I think Will Johnson will be a better corner than Travis Hunter probably.
Wow, that was your guy.
Well, but he doesn't play wide receiver either. So
yeah, whatever.
That's why.
But
yeah, Will Johnson's sweet. Yeah, he'll be a good pro.
Yeah, I know he was hurt for a majority of Michigan's year last year, but I mean he would have been a top 10 pick last year. There's no need.
Will Johnson?
Yeah, Will Johnson would have been a top 10 pick last year.
Yeah,
like
he was like he was like first overall in some mocks in like August.
Yeah, I mean
he was insanely high.
Him and Tet both in like August were like top 5 picks. Them falling to where they are is because apparently it's like, well, for the guy from Arizona Tet just keeps saying I don't watch football, I don't even watch film, and apparently it's like both for them, like their love for football, is it really there? So
right.
I don't know. I think Will Johnson here in New Orleans makes a ton of sense. Don't rush it. Take the best available position player, and I like that pick for New Orleans 100%. Safe. Let's think, but let's relax for a second. Think. Let's just get the best player right now.
Yeah. Dude, oh wow, dude, Sanders is gonna plummet. He's gonna plummet. Yeah.
So, we'll see. I mean, it's all. I'm still perfect on my board. I haven't had to change anything yet. So,
hopefully that was my first change, but that's okay.
Hopefully,
moving on to the 10th pick, the Bears will take tight end Tyler Warren.
Dude, you're the worst. That's not.
Dude, I was a big Tyler Warren guy. I watched that Orange Bowl, that semifinal game. I'm like, this dude is a freak. He's gonna be good. I can't even imagine what Ben Johnson would do with him. He's probably salivating right now thinking about him. It's gonna be and you get like some mini protection from him for Caleb because he's a tight end, dude. It's gonna be Bears can be very fun to watch.
Yeah, huge Tyler Warren guy, and I know you know this because I had him going to Jacksonville in my very first mock draft that I sent you.
Right.
Dude, Tyler Warren is going to be he's going to have, I think, a Brock Bowers type year. I'm not going to say he's going to, Brock Bowers broke records, so I don't think he's going to be breaking any records.
Yeah, I mean, he was a first team All-Pro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Tyler Warren's going to come out the gate like that, but I think, he's going to come out and he's probably going to get over 100 catches, over 1,000 yards, over 10 touchdowns. Like, I could see that stat line for him easily.
Yeah,
and
I
don't care what team he goes to. Like, I think that's the type of player he is. He could be the first overall pick to Tennessee, and with Will Levis, I think he gets 100, 1,010, 100%.
100, 1,010. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I can see it.
I mean, I think he's that type of player to where wherever in Dynasty, like, he should be number 2 overall pick.
Really, you think?
I would if I was in a Dynasty league, I would take him number 2.
Yeah, I mean, my Dynasty league where it reflects 2 quarterbacks, so the quarterbacks go higher. But yeah, I don't totally disagree with that.
Yeah, which leaves you actually just screwed me. I mean, you didn't screw me because I had this.
You screwed me, dude, because I have no freaking clue what to do now.
Well, you have your trade. You have your one trade. I am going to ding, 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 ding. Use my trade right here.
Wait, can I super trade? Can I out trade your trade?
No, I'm 11. I'm San Francisco.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. I'm using my trade for 11. I moved on.
Okay.
We both think Tyler Warren's going to be special. Chicago, he's going to, I think, be great there. I mean, I don't see where else Chicago could really go with. I mean, I heard they're really praying that Genty falls that far. But
I don't think he will.
Yeah, which is funny because I actually had San Francisco, and I still do. I'm still gonna have them move, trading back to Indianapolis at 14. So San Francisco will move to pick 14, and I will be picking for Indianapolis now.
Okay, so the Colts are on the clock now.
Colts are on the clock, Indianapolis, and they will be taking Colston Loveland. And
Ooh.
I know what you're thinking. I know what everyone is thinking. Andrew, San Francisco has 10 picks. Why do they need a trade back? Listen, I've never seen a team get more depleted in an offseason than I saw San Francisco did this past year. They lost their starting safety, starting linebacker, starting wide receiver in Debo. Trent Williams is 37 years old. They lost their starting right tackle. I mean, that's 5. I mean,
Yeah, and you're gonna have to pay Brock soon. So
you're going to have to pay Brock.
That's gonna be a big change for them.
You're talking, I mean, and you already paid Christian McCaffrey. You paid Brandon Ayuk. This is where we're going to see how good Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch really are. These next 2 years.
Yeah. And Ricky Pearsall. We'll see how he pans out.
Exactly. This is where we're going to see how good these guys are. How good they can draft and build up and make these guys good. I mean, so you already have 10 picks this year. I think you need more. You got to get 13 picks this year in. You have to if you're San Francisco. They lost Hargrave, their defensive tackle. I think they lost their other defensive tackle. I mean, this team is depleted across the board. They need to get as many picks, as many depth pieces as they possibly can. You trade back with Indianapolis, and they take Colston Loveland from Michigan, tight end.
So you think there's a good chance that Dallas or Miami would have took him?
The tight end?
Yeah.
I think so this is why I have Indianapolis making that move. Like I said, San Francisco, I think trades back. I think they just get as much draft picks as they possibly can. Indianapolis, this is the first year. God, what's the GM's name? I had it on the way home.
Not Chris Ballard, is it?
I think it's still Chris Ballard, right? Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But Chris Ballard's been there for as long as I can remember. Long time.
Long time, dude. I'm surprised.
This was the first year I think there was a little fire underneath his seat. Because the year before, they were literally playing the Texans for the division. With who was their, it was obviously Anthony Richardson, but he was out for the year. And then who was the starter going into that game?
Flacco.
It was Flacco, right? For Indianapolis?
Yeah.
No, because Flacco was in Cleveland, wasn't he? He won comeback player of the year?
Oh, then it was the Texas kid. Ellinger?
No. He didn't. It was whatever. It was some third string. Because Anthony Richardson was out, week 4? His rookie year?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you're talking rookie year?
Wait, how many years has Anthony Richardson been in the league? 3? No, it's only been 2 years.
Yes, I thought you were talking about 2024.
No, so, yeah, that was been. So last year, Anthony Richardson played the whole year. With a little bit of Flacco. Flacco. I'm talking about the year before. 2023.
Oh, the year before.
His rookie year. He got hurt week 4. And remember, the very last game of the season was the Texans versus the Colts to get into the playoffs. And they lost that game. It was to win the division, and they lost that game. This year, they expected to be not only in contention for the division, but a playoff spot with Anthony Richards coming back. They weren't even close. Not even close. And Shane Steichen, their head coach, they almost talked about firing him off the rip. So I think for the first time in a very, very long time, there was some fire underneath Chris Ballard's seat. And if you looked at the moves he's made this offseason, he has signed 3 secondary players. He's made some big moves for the defense. And if you look at their depth chart, the only one that I see is a huge weakness right now, tight end position. And there's only 2 that I believe can go in the first round. and that is Tyler Warren and Colston Loveland. So I think Indianapolis sees Tyler Warren go off at 10. They're on that phone quicker than you can say anything else. And they move up to grab him. They can't risk waiting. Like that's what I'm. At that point, Chris Ballard has to make moves this year. He can't wait. He's got to make that move, and I think that's what he does.
Yeah, it's one of the top, it jumped out to me like Colts tight end, like that's one of the most glaring needs of the entire drafts. Maybe even more than tight end thinking quarterback, honestly. It's definitely a very glaring need. And you don't want to be in the G.
We lost you on the sound there again.
Oh, I just what did I say? Yeah. So the Colts, their tight end need is one of the most demanding needs, like upfront needs in the whole draft, like glaring needs. More so even than like a a quarterback, like you could argue. And then, you don't want to be Chris Ballard, the GM that just drafted you don't want to be the GM that drafted the quarterback with the worst throwing percentage in NFL history. You don't want to be the guy that was like, this is the guy and has the worst throwing percentage, sub 50%. So he's definitely hot.
Yeah, because you could sit there and say like, hey, if you're sitting down with the owner, Jim Irsay, right, and say, hey, look, man, I did everything I could this year to put us in a winning position. I got the secondary fixed up. I drafted, arguably, they want Tyler Warren to fall to them. I got, arguably still, though, a first-round talent in tight end. Our wide receivers are good. And we know we just missed on the quarterback position. Let's fix it. Let's go one, give me another chance and we'll trade up and get one next year or so say. I feel like that is an actual argument to make, at the end of the day to save your job. Like, we put the roster around him. Anthony Richardson just didn't turn out to what everyone thought he would be. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's a kind of a good point to make to kind of save your job there. So, but Shane Sexton would be gone though. So that leads up. That's the first top of the board here. We'll kind of go with everyone. Tennessee will take Cam Ward, the quarterback. Cleveland will take Travis Hunter. The Giants will take Abdul Carter. New England will take Will Campbell. Jacksonville, Mason Graham. Vegas will take Alshon Jenti. The Jets will take Armand
Membu.
Carolina will take Jalen Walker. New Orleans will take Will Johnson. Chicago will take Tyler Warren. And San Francisco will trade to Indianapolis, who will take Colston Loveland. So those are our first 11 picks. And
All right.
We move on. Big board is moving.
Big board is moving.
So let me just put
with the 12th pick. Oh, you're gonna write it?
I'm gonna put Indianapolis to San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who you're picking for 12.
Okay, with the 12th. Yeah, the 12th pick will be Matthew Golden, wide receiver.
Wow.
For the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I mean, I like Ted, but he's just he should be the number one wide receiver prospect, but he's not, which just says a lot. So, and I don't think Matthew Golden's worthy of this pick, but this pick just screams Jared. Like a kind of a bigger, faster wide receiver from the University of Texas. They need to get CD some help on the perimeter, get Dak some help. I think it's going to be a reach, but this will be the pick.
I mean, if I were to go wide receiver here, I wouldn't have gone Matthew Golden. I do see wide receiver here, but I would have gone Tat here, but.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those years where, I remember Jerry Jeudy, the number one prospect for sure, and then his own teammate at Alabama, Henry Ruggs, was the first wide receiver taken.
Yeah.
So there's always a little couple surprises on draft nights.
Yeah, it's a coin flip here. I could also see interior. I could see Tyler Booking going this high up, with Zach Martin retiring, and that.
Oh yeah, Booker. Yeah.
I think that'd be a little early for him, but. Or the kid out of North Dakota State, what's his name? Greg Zubel?
That sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something right. Listen, people, we can't pronounce every name. Catch us a break.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
we
mean,
didn't major in English.
But yeah, I could definitely see wide receiver here. CeeDee Lamb can't do it on his own. I mean, they need to give him some help. I mean, we can also see the running back out of what's it called, North Carolina here,
Omarion Hampton,
who has jumped the boards. I mean, these past like few weeks. So
dude, this running back class might be the best of all time.
Oh,
like it is going to be good, bro.
It's going to be nasty. I agree.
It's going to be busted.
So that brings us to number 13, the Dolphins. This might be a dumpster fire of a team. I mean, what Chris Greer is doing as a general manager is absolutely insane. You know, you sign extensions.
Dude, you see Frank the Tank gets like wicked pissed at him.
Yeah, because you let like, you know, Robert Hunt and Christian Wilkins leave last year because you signed Tyreek Hill and Jalen Ramsey to these contract extensions, and then the next year you're trading them. That just doesn't make any sense.
Not a good look. They haven't been trending in the right direction. Tua's health has been a downward spiral. They might be in the March for Arch conversation next year.
I mean,
it could be that bad.
So, and I mean, it's very rare for me unless he got paid. So, you know, it's not a Myles Garrett situation looking for more money. But it's very rare for a team and a player to both come out and say, hey, I want to be traded, and a trade doesn't happen eventually. And in that case, their cornerback position is already weak as it is. So losing Jalen, they get his replacement fairly quickly in Jahdae Barron, cornerback, Texas.
Good pick. Back-to-back Longhorns off the board.
And
I don't know a ton about him, but I forget where I had him going. Oh, I didn't have him first round.
Nice. This kid is he's a stud, man. True, I was watching film on him, truthfully, because I was trying to see where to put him, but he's good, and I think, you know, obviously with I think the Miami will be hoping Will Johnson falls to them at 13. Obviously, in this one he doesn't, so they take the second best one in Barron.
Yeah, well, third best, Travis Hunter.
Oh yeah, whatever position he wants to call himself that day.
Yeah, for real. What are his pronouns? What are his football pronouns?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so you are up with San Francisco now.
Oh shoot, that's right. I'll go Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State. Like you said, they got a lot of meat. I had him going 13 to the Dolphins, so yeah, I guess I'll just do
Over Kelvin Banks. That's risky moves.
Yeah, dude. Again, Kelvin Banks is another one. Like, he should just be like a bona fide A prospect, but he's just not.
I know.
Come on, man.
It's so crazy because I agree with you. Kelvin Banks also was up there last year. I mean, that's
he was top 5.
Yeah. And you talk about these, and it's not like they played bad, right? I mean, Kelvin Banks was great at left tackle for the Texans.
He was really good
for Texas.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just don't see. I mean, did people just get better around them, or what happened? I'm not entirely sure, but I just also in this Josh Simmons guys is moving up boards. Moving up.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you might go from like the first tackle to the third, but like in the NFL draft, that could be like, just depends on teams' need and stuff. So.
Yeah. I mean, I watched film on him too, but I had him later.
Yeah.
All right, we're still good. All right, so Atlanta, God, this feels honestly, like every year we say this, they've got to take an edge. They've got to. This is a deep edge class in the first round. They need to take an edge, and I mean, it just
Who's the last good one they had? Vic?
I mean, they had who's the one that they just really Grady Jarrett, but he was a defensive tackle. As far as edge,
he's not an edge. Yeah.
Edge, I can't even tell you. I think the stat is they haven't had a pass rusher, even defensive tackle, get more than 6.5 sacks since like 2017 maybe or 2019. Like,
That's that Super Bowl year.
bro, it's been that long since they've had a rusher get 6.5 sacks.
Dude, that's bad as
That
hell.
that is terrible, and I don't know why, but Shamar Stewart. I don't know, maybe it's because he went to Texas A&M and the colors, but he just screams to me Atlanta, the whole nine. I mean, so with the 15th overall pick, I do have the Falcons taking Shamar Stewart edge. In my little notes on why, I put any edge, any pressure, please, and I'm not even a Falcons fan.
Yeah, for real, dude. When you said the colors and the fit, I thought you were gonna go Michael Williams edge from Georgia in like Georgia, Atlanta.
Oh my gosh, dude, he hasn't even been
Oh,
drafted.
man.
I see. I need to pay attention to your picks because that would actually work out well here as well.
Yeah,
That guy is falling on our dude. We haven't even gotten Shador yet.
I know, dude. I don't think I'm gonna use my trick, dude. I'm already like getting flustered enough.
I know, right? I gotta pay attention. I gotta pay attention to your picks to see who, because Mike Coel would work well there as well. But I like Shamar
Yeah.
Stewart.
Okay, all right, my turn now.
Yeah, Arizona.
All right, Arizona will go. Now they will go Calvin Banks, offensive tackle, Texas. I feel like Cardinals always just have one of the worst O lines. Never, like, even when they had like Warner or like Carson Palmer, I feel like their O line wasn't good. So I think they'll just take in, get a big dude, protect small ass Kyler Murray,
I definitely think.
give him some more time to throw Mars. Yeah.
Yeah, and they updated their pass rush with Josh Sweat. Dude, I think I spelled his first name wrong. Is it Kelvin, right?
Kelvin Sampson.
Nah, I still think it's wrong. It don't matter.
You spelled it. You said Kevin.
I said Kelvin with an L.
Yeah, Kelvin.
Oh, we're good then.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, well then I am. Yeah, so I mean Cardinals is. They're like the Saints, man. They're always just like they're just there. Like they're just 8-9 or 9-8 or, they're just there.
They have like a couple have like one fantasy player do like really good, and then he'll create some buzz for a couple weeks, and it's just like nothing.
Yeah, that's if I didn't have Jaheed Brayer going number 13 to Arizona, I would have him going to 16. But that's. I agree. It's the Cardinals.
Yeah.
That is what
Okay.
it is. Cincinnati. I'm taking an edge. I'm gonna change my edge though because Michael Williams is still available.
Yeah.
Somehow, but I will take Michael Williams, number 17 for Cincinnati.
Good pick.
Kind of same way. The only way for them to get better, and especially if Trey Hendrickson ends up leaving, I don't think they're gonna trade him. I think their Bengals are gonna play hardball and just put a gun to his head and force him to stay.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. I kind of feel bad for let's always do something that he really doesn't deal with.
So I think if this happens, where he can fall this far to them, that would be. That would be perfect for them. Cincinnati would be jumping through hoops.
That'd be great.
There shouldn't even be a discussion. His name should already be on a card.
Yeah,
So-
I'm retired from sports gambling, but I would definitely do if there's like a parlay. Will Atlanta and Cincinnati draft patch? I got the hammer that for sure. We flip flop like Cal and Shamar, but yeah, that's what's gonna look like.
Yeah, regardless, those two need to take pass rushers. There should be nothing else they take.
If they take something else, fire them second round.
Just fire everyone.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. You got Seattle.
All right. Seattle. I'll go. I like Tyler Booker, interior offensive lineman in Alabama. I think he's a big, strong man, and he'll do good. Takes up a lot of space. Moves with force.
Yeah, dude. This guy. I think
He's a presence, dude. He's a mass.
I don't think they were saying like he didn't let up a single sack like this past year.
Yeah.
He is. I was watching what they were talking about him. He was just pushing people around like.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I think his fundamentals are bad, or like his footwork's bad or something. But you can fix that.
Yeah, I had him going 25 to Houston. So thanks for that. But I agree. Seattle needs to do something. They just signed Sam Darnold to that contract.
Yeah.
They lost. They did sign Cooper Kupp, but they did lose Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. So
And DK.
yeah. So I mean, Sam Darnold's gonna need a little bit more time to throw the ball. So I think this is a good pick. Offensive line, protect Sam before you kill him. So
Yeah.
alrighty, Tampa Bay. Jaheed Campbell, linebacker, Alabama.
Ooh.
I
See, like a stand-up middle linebacker?
he was, I believe, he came into Alabama as a rusher, and then turned into an off-ball, a middle linebacker. So he can still pressure the quarterback and do coverage, which Tampa needs both. Like Tampa needs coverage in the middle, but also still a pass rusher. So getting a 2-for-1 deal, I don't think you can pass up on that situation.
Yeah, that's good. How's Joe Tyron Shainka doing?
He's not even on the team anymore.
Oh, okay, so bad.
Yeah, I forgot. So I think this past year was his 4th year off his rookie contract. They didn't exercise his 5th, and so he's a free agent. I think he signed with someone. I want to say Houston, but that doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's with the Bucks. Yes, I would say go secondary. But at the end of the day, like I said, if you can get the 2-for-1 deal in Jaheed Campbell, you got to take it. He's someone you can blitz the middle, leave Levante in the back a little bit, or then you're both having coverage. I think that's a win-win situation for the Buccaneers in that point.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I don't know a ton about him, but that sounds pretty reasonable to me.
So, all right, then you are up with number 20, Denver. Very interesting pick.
Yeah, let's get a little sexy here. Let's go Omarion Hampton, running back, UNC. A UNC running back to surmount a former UNC running back, Devontae Williams. I think he's gonna be great for fantasy. We'll see how YouTube Bo Nix does. I think he'll be good. Should be a fun pick.
Yeah, this one, I mean, God, dude, our draft is. See,
It's kind of fucked, bro.
I could see Tet going here. I really could.
Who are the receivers again? Judy.
No,
not Judy.
Judy's in Cleveland. Cortland Sutton, and Marvin Mims.
Yeah, dude, you can't Marvin Mims. Get out of here.
Come on, dude, he's their kick returner, bro. He was like all pro for kick returner.
Yeah, he's a kick returner.
You could still call him a wide receiver.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah.
He's their number 2, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could see Tet here. I mean, they did lose Javonte Williams to Dallas, and their starting is Jaleel McLaughlin, I think. I think that's his name.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could see a running back here. You know me, you told me to take it serious. But in my second mock draft, I did have Denver trading up with San Francisco and getting Genty.
I thought you had them trading up to number 3.
No. Listen. That's because you said you were gonna take. You said you were taking Genty in the top 10. So I had to think of something.
What was the top 3 trade going to be?
It would have been for Genty. Denver to trade up to 3.
From 20 to 3.
Dude, if Denver can get their hands on Genty, oh man, I'll call this right now. Book it, everyone. If Denver can get Genty, Matthew Golden, or even Tet, Denver Broncos will make the AFC Conference Championship game.
Whoa! Will they win the division?
No, it's Kansas
I feel
City.
like you have to say yes.
I think they're going to make the AFC Conference Championship game. First off, their defense got 10 times better. It was already a top.
It was already really good.
It was already a top 5 defense, and they go in and add. I believe Dre Greenlaw went there.
Yep.
And the safety from San Francisco as well. I'm gonna botch his name, but Tofi Hungalua.
Alanor or something.
The Hawaiian guy.
Oh, Hufanga.
Yeah, I think so. They both
Yeah.
went over to Denver. So you took a top 5 defense already and made them the best defense in the league. You're gonna get year 2 of what's his face, Bo Nix.
No.
I mean, you got Cortland Sutton, who is, I mean, makes arguably a top 5 touchdown catch every year. I mean, you go and get.
Yeah, he does have some nasty catches.
You go get yourself a premier running back, and I'm not saying Omarion Hampton's it, but he's just not like the sexy pick that you kind of want. Or they get Matthew Golden on this Denver team. That's an AFC Conference Championship right there. I might even win this. I might even say Super Bowl team.
Whoa, dude!
That team.
What?
That team would be that good. Get like.
They would be fucking. They probably would go like 14-3 or something.
And then they can get like I don't know who their tight end is off the top of my head. I don't think it's.
Is it Noah Fant?
Oh no, they just signed Evan Ingram. Oh yeah, bro.
Oh, dude.
Put Matthew. I mean, you obviously you have the evens, but you put a Matthew Gold. Put Tet here even, dude. That's a. I'm saying AFC Conference Championship to be nice. Super Bowl honestly would be the ceiling for me for Denver.
Yeah, I mean like the Chiefs downfall a little bit, but that'd be nice.
I mean, that would be, and I'm saying that as in like, because there's always that team, the team that you don't expect to be that good, that is all of a sudden just phenomenal. Watch out for Denver next year if they can get their hands on one of those 2 wide receivers or Genti, and I might honestly put a nice little bet in the future.
A little future.
For them to be in the Super Bowl.
Dude, I was wondering this today actually. What happened to Justin Simmons?
So, he got released.
He went to Atlanta and now he's a free agent. Wasn't he one of the best in the league?
I mean, he's probably asking for too much. I mean, Denver made him like the highest paid at the time. I think they released him because they couldn't afford him. And then he got signed with like Atlanta. I didn't hear much of him last year.
Damn, he used to be wicked good.
There's still a lot of good free agents out there. Like if you look at like the still available free agents, like there's still some.
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers.
Which I'm glad.
Speaking of,
the number 1.
Let's transition into the Steelers.
So in my mock draft for the odds, I mean I had Jackson Dart going here thinking Shedeur Sanders would be gone, but if Shedeur Sanders falls all the way to 21. The thing with the Steelers is they don't have a second round pick because they traded it for DK. So they kind of screwed themselves up here of, unfortunately, at the quarterback position with not re-signing Justin Fields, not having Aaron Rodgers as a commitment. You cannot go into the year with how good of their team it is all the way around the board. I mean, this could also be a really good. Actually, win a playoff game this year.
Yeah, they were 12-5 last year.
I mean, so if they just had a quarterback, I mean, that's all. If you look at their roster, that's all they need. A quarterback, 100%. So you got to go Shedeur Sanders here. You can't trust Aaron Rodgers to make that decision to come to you. You don't have a second round pick to get the Jackson Dart, to get the Jalen Milroe, or even maybe Tyler Show from Louisville. You don't want to be stuck with freaking Will Howard or Kyle.
Hey, chill on Will Howard, dude. I kind of like Will Howard.
I'm just saying you can't go into this season starting Mason
Rudolph
your
starter.
Or Will Howard. You can't do that. And so they screwed themselves.
No, you can't do that.
They could trade out, but again, then you're putting yourself in an even worse position because you don't know what's going to happen. So the Steelers are unfortunately in a very bad spot here, and it's got to be Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, in my own I had Jackson Dart, but obviously Shedeur there. All right.
So that leads.
Are we done? Can I go to my pick?
Well, let's. We're finished with the second board.
Oh yeah. Recap.
Let's go over real quick. So number 12 Dallas, we have Matthew Golden. Number 13 Miami, we had Jahed Barron. Indianapolis traded the pick to San Francisco, who took Josh Simmons. Atlanta took Shamar Stewart. Arizona took Calvin Banks. Cincinnati took Myquell Williams. Seattle with Tyler Booker. Tampa Bay with Jahad Campbell. Denver with Amarian Hampton. And 21 Pittsburgh takes Shador Sanders. Finally off the board.
Ooh.
God, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 picks left, and there is still a lot of talent left on this board here.
Yeah.
It started
Yeah.
It started definitely a little chalky, but I think we've made some good headway as far as like people dropping.
Yeah, no, I think these are some actual interesting picks.
So you are number up.
Speaking of a guy that, huh?
You're up with number 22, the Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of a guy that dropped, we've talked about him a lot. Ted McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona. Just the pick, just makes sense. They need some wide receiver help. He definitely could be a left wide receiver from his house. Can't depend on Quentin Dawson, who did have a better year, but he still had the fumble or the drops, the butterfingers. So yeah, need to give Herbert some more help. And the Chargers could be scary. Dude, that AFC West, dude. Remember when it was like, was it the AFC West? Yeah, when Russ got traded to the Broncos, everyone was like, he's gonna be loaded. And then like it was a dud. But I think now the AFC West will be like this is loaded.
Yeah, this is. I mean, like I said, if I know how bad Harbaugh wants Colston Loveland to fall here. I know.
Yeah.
I know how bad he does.
Dude.
But I love this pick. It falls, I think, right into a perfect position to where a head coach that only loves football and only football. Obviously the whole comment he made where he said he doesn't watch film or doesn't watch football, I think this puts him in a perfect position to maybe fall in love with the game again if he fell out of it. I'm not sure, but that's it.
Yeah, dude.
That's a home run pick.
This is like Harbaugh, like looking at a puppy that's been like abandoned and abused, and he's like, "Come with me, like I will show you the way."
Yeah, so I think, and Herbert gets Herbert, him, Ladd.
Glad.
They just signed Najee Harris.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I mean, this is.
They always have like 10 running backs. They got, I don't know. They still have Gus. They still have
I think J.K. Dobbins isn't there anymore.
J.K. Dobbins.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but I mean.
I don't know. They always have like 10 running backs.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
who's
regardless,
signed?
the Bruiser Najee Harris, who underrated.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't put up fantastic numbers, but I don't. In the 4 years he was at Pittsburgh, he never once I think got under 1,000 yards rushing. So
Really?
I
I
don't
thought he did.
I don't think so, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think I know ball. So
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Najee's not bad.
So Najee in this system, I really like, and then this I think would be home run. They get that big guy that bum was supposed to be the whole time from TCU.
Oh, Quinn Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, what a bum. What an absolute
Yeah.
bum. But
Well,
whatever. 23 Packers. Now listen, I don't know how you feel about the invites to the draft. I think the NFL wouldn't invite you to the draft if you're not supposed to be either first round or early second round pick. And that's when I'm hearing the name Maxwell Hairston, the cornerback out of Kentucky, got invited. Are you still there?
I'm still there.
Okay, you're just
Yeah, dude, it looks weird. I don't know.
the cornerback out of Kentucky. I think this is a perfect fit. Especially if Jair looks to be out. They're already talking about trading him. I don't know if that's going to happen now or later. They get his replacement right away. That way their team can just keep going up and up and up. So I got Maxwell Hairston here, cornerback.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know a ton about him. I've seen him more and more. Seems like a good prospect. I also had the Packers going cornerback here, like you said. Like, yeah, Jair's not very reliable. Like, he could be injured. Looks like they're going to have to replace him soon. Like, they might trade him. So, yeah, it makes sense.
All right, and you are on the clock with probably the most surprising team of last year, Minnesota.
Yeah, the Say Kids, dude. Maybe we'll start a little cornerback run here. I'm going to go Benjamin Morrison, cornerback, Notre Dame. Seems like a Notre Dame Marcus Freeman cornerback fits in Minnesota. yeah, I had him going to one of these two teams, the Packers or Vikings. This seems like a very good fit. So if he doesn't go to Green Bay 23, he'll go to Minnesota 24.
So you have Ben Morrison over Troy Amos, the cornerback from Ole Miss.
Yes.
Dang.
I don't know, dude. I feel like we're gonna see some we're gonna see some big variance, dude.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see some players that were like projected to be like in the second round, that somehow just make their way up into the first.
Yeah. Like, remember like Keely Ringo fell so far to you guys in the fourth? That
I know
was
he
crazy.
might be our starter now this year.
Well, I thought it'd be Quinion and Cooper.
Yeah, well Cooper will play slot.
Oh yeah.
Keely will be on the other side.
Yeah.
Gonna be fun stuff. All right. So 25 Houston. Yeah, you took my Tyler Booker pick. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I feel like we're missing like a tackle or something. Let me just look over my other board from earlier.
I got a name if you want one.
Nah, it'll be the kid from North Dakota State.
Oh, okay.
Greg Zubel.
Zabel?
Everyone. Hey, listen. Again, we can't pronounce names, but we know
Non-English majors.
exactly. I don't even know his first name's Greg, right? Yeah, it's definitely Greg.
I don't even know.
I hope it's Greg. We're putting Greg. I just spelled Greg wrong. I think it's Zuibel, and he's an inside offensive lineman. So this also, I mean, another guy that has just started to move up boards. And I think if Tyler Booker is gone at this pick, this is another great pick. Houston, what was C.J. Stroud? The most sacks player last year behind Caleb, second most.
Sounds right.
They just got rid of their best offensive lineman in Laramie Tunsil. They traded and they replaced him with Cam Robinson, which I'm not saying is a huge fall off, but you're gonna notice a difference. They traded Kenyon Green to the Eagles, which I heard he was the worst like PFF guard, rated guard in the NFL last year. So
Yeah.
I mean, at this point you get another one. You get an inside lineman. You just protect this young man. That's what I said. Just protect the young man. I don't care how. Figure it out. You can't have C.J. Stroud be another Andrew Luck.
Agreed, dude. Yeah, I had the tech taken in Bureau line, no doubt. So just a different player, but yeah.
Who did you have there?
I don't want to give away all my mock. Do you remember doing a mock draft competition?
Okay.
No, I don't care. I had Donovan Jackson,
Oh, okay.
Ohio State.
Yeah. He's not even in my top 30.
I'm also gonna make a ton of shit between now and Thursday.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you are on the clock with 26 with the other LA team, the Rams.
Yeah, it seems like we see we're in this day and age of quarterbacks going higher than they should. This draft looks like they're gonna go lower than they should. I didn't think he'd be here, but I'll go Jackson Dart, 26, the Rams, quarterback Ole Miss. Yeah, I originally had him at 21 to Pittsburgh, but if he's still there, I mean, Matt Stafford's not getting any younger. There was some talks of him going to the Raiders, getting rid of Cup. There's some turnovers, some stuff going on. So, yeah, we'll take a shot on the kid.
I agree. I think this is if you look at their depth chart, I don't see any major holes at this time. Nothing like glaring need to be in the first round.
I think their O-line's pretty good, right? I was thinking O-line, but
I mean,
yeah.
I don't see, like I said, I don't see any glaring needs. So you know what? The Rams draft for the future. Let Jackson Dart.
Yeah, make the sexy pick.
Let Jackson Dart sit a year behind Matthew Stafford and learn the offense with Sean McVay. I think that would be the best thing for him. And this offense with Jackson Dart,
it'd be good, dude. It'd be good.
They wouldn't even miss a beat.
They really wouldn't.
They would never even miss a beat.
Thinking dunkers.
It would literally just be Matthew Stafford. I mean, just literally change the name on the back of the jersey really quick to Stafford. It would literally look the same.
Yeah, for real.
So I love that pick. Excellent pick. Home run pick. Want it so bad. Huge Jackson Dart fan. Home run. All right, so with 27 Baltimore, I have them taking James Pierce,
Ooh.
the edge out of Tennessee. First off, Kyle Van Noy how this man is still getting 12 and a half sacks a year for this team. It is phenomenal. He's like 30.
Dude, the fountain of youth, Kyle Van Noy.
He's like, what, 32 years old, and I mean, how he's doing it is beyond me. But with that being said, he can't do that every year. How he does it is still, I'm impressed. So he needs help on the other side. The guy that just changed his name, I'm going to go back to his original name, Justin Mbakudu.
Matabuke?
Yeah, Matabuke.
He changed it? What did he change it to?
He changed his first name to like his actual like his home name where he's from.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Justin is what I know him as.
Yes.
Hopefully that doesn't make me a racist for not knowing his like native name.
Yeah. No, I think we're okay.
Are we gonna be canceled? Is our 40 subscribers
Probably
gonna cancel us?
Yeah, our 40 subscribers, bro.
Not to brag, but yeah, I'm gonna go James Pierce. Literally, we need someone else to get sacks, and to help. Because if the edge rushers are doing, even if Kyle Van Noy still has a good year, James Pierce coming from the other end, that opens it up then for, you got it.
Justin Matabuke.
Yes. So I like this pick. I think it's an edge rusher. They just take an edge rusher. They're one of the teams that this draft kind of falls in their favor with being very deep in edge rushers. One will fall to them. One will fall. So
Yeah.
you're at 28.
Is Nick Scorton on the board?
Nick Scored is still on the board.
All right. Well, you sniped me because I had James Pierce Jr. going to the Lions at 28. But I'll go James Scorton. Is he? He says D-line. Is he edge? Is he
He's
interior?
no, he's an edge from Texas A&M.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, he's pretty explosive. Yeah, Detroit needs some pass rush to help Hutch. When he got injured, I mean, they still had a great year, but it was definitely a loss, and they can't afford to have that again, especially with Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn gone. Yeah, who knows, man? I mean, I'm not saying they beat the Commanders or anything, but, you have Hutch the whole season, I don't know. Maybe things would be different, so.
Yeah, I think this is another team that just locks into this draft class and where it is. I mean, they need edge help. Obviously with Aiden Hutchinson, he was leading the sacks, leading the league in sacks when he got hurt.
NFL, yeah.
Yeah. And then after he went down, I mean, they were still a good team, but I mean, you saw it. They could get no real pressure. They went out and got Zadarius Smith, and I didn't hear a single thing from him the rest of the year.
He's stale.
So I think they won that just kind of falls in luck where there's going to be a defensive end there. There's just going to be.
Yeah, there's going to be.
So I like that pick.
Yeah.
Oh, the Commanders. Listen, I'm an Eagles fan, everyone. So, but I would love Matthew Golden to fall to this team. That team would put up 50 every game.
That'd be gross, dude.
They would put up 50 every single game, and I truly mean that. But this is definitely a team to watch to trade out. They only have like 5 picks or 4 picks in this year's draft. I could see Minnesota trading out. They only have 4. So those are the 2 teams to watch to trade out of this round. But with Washington, I kind of looked at their depth chart. Like I said, I would just love for them to add another firepower wide receiver. But I'm going to go with Nick Umanwari, safety out of South Carolina.
Wow, you went him over Malachi. Interesting.
Yeah, when I first started doing my mock drafts a couple weeks ago, I definitely had Malachi over him. But I don't know. I've been watching his tape, his film, and I would love for him to fall to the Eagles. I really would. But I think he just is he's a ball. He's a guy. He's just that guy. So I watched him play, and I just think, I mean, it's a flip a coin between the two. I mean, it's regardless of it, it's get a safety, get secondary help, and go from there. So, because they did the cornerbacks, they got Marshall. Dude, their starting safeties is Will Harris, from New Orleans, who isn't great, and then I think it's like some 5th round pick from like 2 years ago.
Mm.
Like it's no names. You got to get a name back
Yeah.
there. So, all right,
Yeah.
guys, you are up with 30-31. Buffalo and Kansas City.
Ooh.
Remember, you still have.
Wait, did the Commanders have Cameron Curl? That just popped up.
Not anymore. I think he's definitely not there.
Okay.
But I mean,
All right.
you still have your trade too, so you could have someone trade in.
I know. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I could go just Buffalo, boring pick goes Kenneth Grant, defensive line from Michigan. But not so fast, my friend. I'm going to use my trade.
Okay.
And the Cleveland Browns will trade in to select the name of the night, quarterback Tyler Shuck.
Are you? There's no. Are you? I was told to take this serious.
Dude, he's going he's being projected like 33 and 34.
What about
all over the place.
What about Jalen Milroe?
No, dude, Milroe will fall.
He's invited to the draft.
Yeah, that doesn't mean shit.
So that's a pick right there.
Dude, got it. Why not? 30th overall pick. Let's add some flair.
Better late than
No,
never,
dude,
right?
Jalen Milroe was like 68th in the last mock I saw. Dude, he has some passing issues, and he's a quarterback. So.
He's also 25 years old.
Milroe?
No, no, Tyler Shaw.
Oh yeah.
He-
Mean, this is a Browns pick. I don't think it's a good pick. I just think it's what the Browns would do. They drafted Brandon Weeden in this spot when he was like 30.
I know. Oh, dude, I remember that. I mean,
Yeah, it's good.
I
Yeah.
don't hate the move. I don't like the player. I think Jalen Milroe goes before Tyler Shaw. Any day and twice on Thursday. Get it? Because the draft is on Thursday.
Oh my god. Yeah, if I was a GM, I'd probably take him, but this is perfect bracket style. We're going with what we think will happen. And the Browns are so brain dead. I think they'll do something stupid like this.
I mean,
And I'll be the first. This is I was the first one to call it. Might as well chuck out a Hail Mary.
Listen, I respect it. I mean,
Yeah.
you know who I really like at Buffalo though? To me, it screams Buffalo. And like you said, Kenneth Grant, who is still available on our board. But I would Walter Nolan screams Buffalo to me.
Yeah, it kind of does.
I don't know why. It just for some reason hit like him in a Buffalo jersey. It seems right.
Yeah.
So that
Walter, Buffalo.
So I mean, hey, man, we need a crazy pick in there.
We need a crazy pick. Come on. Too much chalk. I'm sticking with this chalk.
I like it. We'll hang it in
Yeah.
we'll hang it on a frame if it happens.
If it happens, yes. It probably won't. So we'll go to the next pick.
31.
Kansas City Chiefs. Let's see. It's been two people. Donovan Jackson still on the board?
He is.
I like him. We'll go him. Yeah. Yeah, why not get some more O-line? Yeah, he was good at Ohio State. He protected Will Howard. Big dude. Yeah, I like it.
Dude, you know what I should have done for Washington?
What?
Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna.
You want to change?
No. Because I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this for the Eagles. There's no way this guy falls. There's no way this guy falls this far. But if he does, dude, the Eagles better. Okay. Oh man, this is good. So this is what I'm gonna do. Obviously, everyone's Super Bowl champs, Philadelphia Eagles. Right here's the T-shirt. In case you can't all see it, go Birds, baby.
We can see.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everyone can see it. All right, so this is what the Eagles are going to do then. At 64, they're going to draft Xavier Watts, the safety out of Notre Dame. Okay? Remember that. So with 32 then, screw edge. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put 70 on you every game instead of 50, and we're going to draft the wide receiver out of Ohio State.
Emeka Egbuka?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Dude, if he is there at 32, the Eagles better run to get
Why though? You guys have AJ Brown, Devontae Smith.
Yeah, but then we have Jahad Dotson, who is on his 4th year rookie contract. So we're probably not going to re-sign him. I mean, yes,
You're not going to option him.
Yeah, we're not going to option him. We just signed Terrence Marshall to a 1-year deal. Johnny.
He's not. He might actually be the worst football player ever. Terrence Marshall.
Hey, come on, man. Chill.
He always tries. This dude in my dynasty always tries to shop him. I'm like, dude, there's nothing I can offer you. Like, there's nothing worth it.
And it's crazy to think about. He was on that 2019 LSU team.
I know.
Like there was people that were saying like he was going to be better than Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson just because he was on that team.
Yeah.
Like
he was talented.
I mean, it was so, but he's only a 1-year deal. I mean, Johnny Wilson and Amarius Smith. As much as I love Johnny Wilson as an FSU guy, as an Eagles guy, I'm gonna get his jersey.
Yeah.
He's just not long-term answer, and neither is Amarius Smith. Just not long-term answers. So why don't we just get ourselves?
Johnny's so big though.
I know.
It's such a waste.
I know, but if the Eagles can get the wide receiver out of Ohio State, I know his name, people. I just can't pronounce it. It doesn't matter how it comes out; it's coming out wrong.
We'll start calling him E, double E.
Double E. Oh God, I mean you're talking 4 years of him with Devontae and AJ Brown already signed up. I mean that's a scary offense.
Yeah, dude, Sirianni would use him very well in a lot of packages. He'd be a lot of him on reverse end arounds. Dude.
And I know the rumor is Mason Taylor, tight end out of LSU. It's like I no. I'm good.
Yeah, not a first rounder.
If we can get Maliki Starks, EE, Nick Umanowori. Those are the 3 I want for the first round. Xavier Watts in the second round for safety. And then we can get Gunnar Helm. We can get the tight end out of Bowling Green. I mean, there's just those 2 tight ends I'm fine with in the back end. And that I really like Grant Calantera as well. The Eagles.
Calantera?
Yeah, the Eagles backup tight end already. I mean, when Dallas got hurt, he filled in beautifully. So I don't think there's a need to draft Mason Taylor 32 overall.
Dude, that'd be a bad pick.
I mean, I wouldn't be thrilled about it. I would get it because Dallas Goedert, they're trying to trade him. Yeah. It's just one's out, he just steps in. I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, this pick right here, you want to talk about sexy with Tyler Show being drafted to Cleveland, EE to the Eagles. Oh, dude, I would go buy a bottle of champagne right then and there.
Wow.
Because Super Bowl 60 right there, just put it in Sharpie. Philadelphia versus Denver.
Maybe.
Calling it now. If it works out the way that we have it kind of right now, Denver versus Philly Super Bowl.
Ooh,
I know. You like that?
Yeah.
All right. So that leaves the last little, 10, 11 picks here. Maybe I just can't count. So we'll go over it, and then we'll just go through it all together really quick, and then that'll be it. What time is it?
Dude, this has been like 2 hours, bro.
Holy! I mean, once you get
almost 9.
Once you get us going on football, there's no stopping us.
No.
So we have the Chargers taking Ted McMillan, the wide receiver. 23 Green Bay will take Maxwell Hairston. Minnesota will take Ben Morrison, which I think was a underrated pick. We didn't really dive into that much, but I don't see Ben Morrison in a lot of what's it called?
Really?
First round draft trades. I see a lot of more Troy Amos from Ole Miss.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Morrison, but
you had 24 minutes. It's all yours.
Yeah, it's my pick.
Houston will take Greg Zubel. Hopefully we got his name right. The Rams taking probably our 2 favorite picks of the draft, Jackson Dart. Baltimore with James Pierce. Detroit with Nick Sorton. Washington with Nick Umanwori. Buffalo trading its pick to Cleveland to grab Tyler Shaw. Listen, if it happens, I'll give you your flowers. I will mail you flowers.
Okay, that's on record.
Kansas City will take Jonathan Jackson, and then the Philadelphia Eagles will take EE, wide receiver out of Ohio State. And that is our mock draft. Like I said, we'll kind of just show the camera one more time all the picks. I don't know, how's that look good? Good? I'll let you, the camera's over here. Dun dun dun. Dun, dun,
Do 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 do.
Yeah, you can
Where are
see
those
that.
gonna be on draft night, Andrew?
What was that?
Where are the picks gonna be on draft night?
They're gonna be on the back wall,
Okay,
behind the couch.
gotcha.
Do 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 do.
Boo! Raji Dell's coming on the stage. Boo!
That's our mock draft, people. Please, please. When we see that you have a perfect mock draft like we do, understand that we just know ball better than you at the end of the day, and you should really just start.
We're just here to help you, though.
Yeah, we're here to help.
We're trying to reward the listeners that listen.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so
So get those bets in. Bet Tyler Shuck to go 30th overall in Cleveland Browns. You won't regret it.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen crazier. I mean,
We've
crazier.
seen much crazier.
Like what was that? The Raiders picked up
Cleveland Farrell?
Yes.
Cleveland Farrell, dude.
number 4.
Dude, Tweaker, Zach, my old roommate, we talk about it all the time, dude. He was the Raiders had the 24th pick. He was supposed to go there.
Yeah.
And they took him 4th. It was insane.
I forget who's it's one of them like McShay. One of them like Go's Eyes. They said that was the
Yes.
most craziest like pick that they've actually like were stunned silence.
It was yeah, dude. It was such a John Gruden, like Al Davis. It was abysmal. It did not age well either.
I mean, I like this. I really do. I like us all the way around the board from everything from the beginning. To
I like it. Yeah, it wasn't too like we didn't agree on everything, but I liked your counter picks and stuff. I wasn't too upset at all.
Yeah, I mean, Malaki Starks falls out of the first round. That's kind of.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's really it. Other than that, I mean, I don't really. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone that's standing out that we missed completely.
Not completely, but there will be some great picks in the first half of that second round.
We
Oh,
missed.
shit, who would you miss?
We missed the edge from Boston College.
Nah.
You don't think so? Devon Izu.
I mean, he's not an absolute. We didn't like. I don't think he's an absolute locker.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have taken him over Nick Soren.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well. Well, we'll be back. We'll be back with regular scheduled timing next week on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be talking about it, and that's when we'll get into the NBA, NHL playoffs once those start rolling in pretty heavy. Other than that, man,
I think we're gonna have the tweaker on next week. We're gonna have the tweaker.
We'll definitely talk about it. But rather than that, man, we know ball. Understand this is perfect. So
Take notes.
take notes. All right, thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week. Have a safe and fun draft night. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.